What's up, y'all? Malcolm Breed here from How to Barbecue Right. When you're in the Chattanooga area and you're looking for barbecue supplies, you got to check out my buddy Steve's Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And Steve and his staff have all your outdoor grilling, smoking, live fire cooking supplies. You can find my Killer Hog stuff there, plus a ton of other cool stuff. So y'all stop in and see Steve. Tell him Malcolm sent you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Well, look who's back. Happy Tuesday to you, partner.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, Chef. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's
Man.
good to be back.
Pete ran the show today at the Owl's Nest Knot Hole. The Chef Pete whipping out them hot dogs and those brisket sandwiches. Can we sell out of brisket or can we sell out of brisket, buddy?
Fast.
It's unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic brisket.
It was a lot of fun. You did a great job. Great job. Appreciate the help. Hey, welcome everybody to the Owl's Nest Barbecue catch-up show here on a Tuesday night. We're glad you're with us. Our special guests tonight are Bob and Michelle Harvey. We're going to bring them on in just a little bit. You know, Pete, these two came into the store a couple of weeks ago, and you know, it's one of those. It was one of those situations where Bob and Michelle came in and they didn't say anything at first. We started talking, and all of a sudden, you know, he's talking the language. You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah.
You know, he's saying and asking all the right questions. And I'm thinking, this guy is somebody. This guy knows barbecue stuff. And lo and behold, they're competitors in the Georgia Barbecue Association. Bob's got a fantastic YouTube channel with 15,000 subscribers. And we're going to be talking to them in just a little bit. Hey, we're brought to you by Pit Barrel Cookers, America's favorite drum cookers, except no substitutes. We're brought to you by the entire lineup of Green Mountain Grills, the Ledge and Peak 2.0, plus the Trek. New shipment coming in probably tomorrow, Pete.
Yeah, need to get some in.
Yeah, we'll be moving some stuff around real quick tomorrow. We're also brought to you by Blackstone Griddles. You saw them all back there. Did you see all the accessories we had?
A lot. I saw 'em.
We are the new home in Chattanooga for Blackstone Griddles. Come by and check them out. We're also brought to you by the best kettle grill on the market, the Napoleon Kettle Grill. More features and better qualities than any kettle grill on the market. And you and I, we cranked one up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And,
I love the kettle grills. Matter of fact, Billy Holland, you know, he got one, loves it, uses it all the time.
I can't believe I'm the only one that never used one. I mean, I missed, you know, that's a big part of my life I've missed.
Not owning the kettle.
You know, not owning a kettle grill. You know, it's one of those things.
Well, you've made up for it with thousands of other kinds.
On my deathbed, I wish I had gotten a kettle. You know, and I hope there are a lot of people standing around. I wish I had gotten a kettle sometime. We've got to a few announcements going on. Then we're going to talk about Nathan's hot dog. Then we're going to bring Bob and Michelle on in just a second. Barbecue notes, brisket, our brisket and pulled pork barbecue sale is going to be this Friday, and that is July the 4th from 8 until 11. What we're doing, we're pre-ordering food. You can pre-order brisket. You can pre-order pulled pork. You can pre-order potato salad. You can pre-order baked beans.
So, Steve, real quick.
Yeah.
You can pre-order brisket and pulled pork by the pound or whole, right?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Make sure to
clarify
that.
Yeah, it's got to be by the pound and by the whole or the whole. The whole brisket is $160. It's $28. Brisket is $28 a pound. A full pork butt is pulled in the pan and ready to go is $55. and the pork butt is $14 a pound, and I think the beans are $9.95, and I think the potato salad is $8.95, somewhere like in there. I'm not going to try to fool anybody to make anybody think I can cook. The baked beans are coming from Sam's. They're those sweet beans. Did you taste those today, Pete?
No.
You didn't. You should have tasted when we made the outlet.
Yeah.
The soon to be popular outlet at the Knothole out in this barbecue. What we did, some people call it a barbecue parfait or barbecue Sunday.
Yeah.
We take either pork or brisket, put it in the bottom of a jar, and then we put some beans in there, and then we put coleslaw on the top. And I mean, there's a different rendition. Everybody's got one. But we serve it in a real mason jar, an 8-ounce mason jar.
Which they get to keep.
And you get to keep the jar,
Yeah.
$4.50.
I've actually had one of those when I was in Texas before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been around a little while, but you don't see much of it around here.
My friend Rub Bagby does one down in Florida at Swamp Boys. He does one, and he does real well with them. So come by and get one. We'll have them tomorrow. And Chef Pete will be there tomorrow, too.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to that. But if you want a brisket or a pork butt, just text me 423-593-6588, and you go to my Facebook page or the Owl's Nest Owl's Nest Barbecue Smoky Owl Dogs Facebook page that everybody's following now. That's where we put all the information about all our food stuff going on. Coming up Friday, Pete, is you know what it is.
4th of July plus. What happens on the 4th of July?
The Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest.
There you have it.
That start. The men come on at noon on ESPN2. The women start at 10:45 on ESPN3. Your defending champions for the men, Pat Bertoletti from Chicago, 53 hot dogs last year in 10 minutes. Mickey Sudo, 51 hot dogs in 10 minutes for the women. And, of course, if you follow competitive eating, Mickey Sudo is the wife of Nick Weary, the third-ranked world eater in the Major League Eating world. So the unique family dynamic. We need to get those two on.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That would be great. We'll have to ask Bob and Michelle how many hot dogs they can eat in a minute when we bring them on. Okay.
Yeah. I can tell you, I can't do it.
No.
Now, if we were talking about like crystal burgers or something, I could get into.
I could put a hurt on double cheese crystals. I think. Hey, the first, just a few fun facts. Now I want you guys to try to watch this thing. It airs live at 10:45 and noon. And they're going to re-air it at 5 and 9 o'clock the same day on ESPN. It's a fun event, and it's nasty when you're in the splash zone. If you're right in front of them, they call that splash zone, and it gets raunchy and nasty. But these guys are true competitors, and I will even go as far as say some of them are athletes. And it's going to be very unique because Joey Chestnut is back. He is the world record holder. His world record for Nathan's hot dogs, I believe, is 76 hot dogs.
Amazing.
In 10 minutes. And Mickey Sudo was 51 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That is her world record. Of course, she'll be there too. The first Nathan's hot dog eating contest was held in 1916, and it was won by a guy named James Mullen. He was an Irishman, and Pete, he ate 13 hot dogs and buns in 12 minutes.
Hey, it's amazing to me. I know we talked to Pat, which Pat is a great individual, but just watching them, they don't hardly chew those hot dogs. They just about swallow them whole, and then
they're like shop vacs.
Wet the bread and stuff it in with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's so much fun. Back in those days, 1916, hot dogs were really looked down upon by most New Yorkers. And the owner of Nathan's Hot Dogs, Nathan hand Handworker was his name. Everybody just called him Nate. Nathan Handworker. He hired medical students to wear their medical whites and eat hot dogs in front of the store. So people would think that they were healthy and sanitary and gave him some credibility. Is this guy not brilliant?
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, is he not brilliant?
Yeah.
And he didn't die. He didn't die till 1974. So he was around a long time. He's like 80 when he passed away.
It's not making me believe if you eat hot dogs, you can live to be old, but that's okay.
I think you can. I'm giving it a shot. 66.
You are. You eat more hot
66.
dogs than anybody I know.
Shoot, I love it. I tell you what, if they did away with beer tomorrow, I could care less. If they did away with bourbon and hot dogs, I'd be hurting.
Yeah, I'm with you on the bourbon.
I'd be hurting. He hired these med students to eat those things just so everybody would think it was safe. And do you think hot dog eating is big business? Well, let me tell you, Joey Chestnut in the year 2023, Nathan's paid him $200,000 to participate in their contest. And they couldn't work it out last year. And we're still trying to get to the bottom of that story. But he's back. He is back. And I've got his picture right here. Let me find it. Here is your defending champion from Chicago, Pat Bertoletti. Pat is a real chef. He's a graduate of culinary school.
He's an amazing individual. We've had him on the show.
Super nice kid.
Super nice.
Super nice kid. And then it's one of Joey Chestnut's best buddies. And of course, there he is. There's Jaws. Joey Chestnut with a big plate of hot dogs getting ready. That's the mustard belt. When you win Nathan's, they give you that big belt and they give you $10,000. That's called the mustard belt. And Joey Chestnut has 16 of those. His last loss was in 2015 when he came in second. And of course, last year he didn't compete, but he has 16 Nathan's titles under his tummy as we speak. So it's going to be a fun day. And I cannot wait to see it. Like I said, the women start at 10:45 on ESPN3, and the men go at noon on ESPN2, and they'll be re-showing. They'll be showing again the contest on ESPN at 5 and 9 o'clock. You gonna watch it, Pete?
I am.
Why don't you come over and let's watch it together?
I may do that.
Force us. We'll get a glass of milk and we'll watch that hot dog. Because Joey said he said he's going for 80 this year. He's going for 80. He says he thinks he can do it. 80 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes.
Crazy.
I think he can do it. Let's see who's checking in real quick. Brent Hilliard checking in. Let's see. Brent says, how'd that barbecue sandwich in a mason jar go over? Well, Brent, we only sold one. I gave 2 of them away, and I sold one. And did the guy like it? I didn't even talk to him. Did you?
Oh, he took it with him.
He took it with him.
Yeah, he took it with him.
Don Harvey, Ungard, that's Bob's sister. Bob's coming up. And everybody jumps on that. Everybody jumps on that wagon, don't they, Pete? When they say, I got a friend on Steve's and Pete's show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. And here's Peggy Harvey, Bob's sister from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Bob is dying. He's in the green room now. He is just dying. He's going, oh my God, the whole family's watching.
That's good. That's support.
That's
you
absolutely,
should have family
absolutely
support.
right. I love
Nothing
it.
wrong with that.
I love it. Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And shoot, I think it's fantastic. All right, we're going to bring Pat and his wife Michelle up here in just a second. And first of all, we want you to watch this wonderful advertisement that we've got, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. You're watching the Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch-Up Show. I'm Steve. That's Pete, our special guest, Bob, and Michelle. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is Ned. He is the proud owner of a pit barrel cooker. Ned, tell us what you like about it the most.
It's an excitement every time you use it.
Excitement.
Excitement. It's every time. I put a roast in there. My wife loved it. 3.5 pounds. Let's see, I've had steaks in it, cooked chicken in it, hang the birds in there, hung steaks, hot dogs. Put some seasoning on them, just hung them up with your little hangers here.
Yeah.
And just hung them up in there for about I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, came out nice and juicy and tender.
That's Ned, and welcome back to the Owl's Nest Barbecue Show. And now with us is Bob and Michelle Harvey from Atlanta. Hello, guys. What's up?
Hey, how are you doing?
We're doing good, Bob. The whole family back in Williamsport is watching.
I see that.
Yeah, I think that's great. Michelle, do you not have any family members that are checking in?
You know what? I didn't even shoot it out to him. I worked last night and slept today, and I was doing a couple in a row. So it's work and sleep.
I've been doing it since 2017, and the only family member that I ever watched was my mother, God rest her soul, and she would text me during the show to tell me that she's watching me on the internet, because the internet to her was just an unbelievable thing. So sometimes it's good that the family's not watching. Let me just tell you that. You know, Pete, I have no idea what Bob and Michelle do, but they came in my store and they spent about $200. And I said, "You want to be on the show?" And they go, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, you're on." So if you spend $200 in the store, you're on. So what
be on the show?
So Bob and Michelle, what do y'all do? Tell me what you do.
Like real life or living?
Yeah. Let's start with real life, and then we'll do pretend, Michelle.
Well, I'm a nurse. So I've been a nurse 20 years now, working bedside. So tough job, but I'm still doing it.
And you did it during COVID?
Oh, yes.
God love you. Yes. That had to be terrible.
It was interesting. Don't want to go through it again. Nope.
Yeah.
Hopefully I won't have to.
I don't blame you. And Bob, what do you do in real life before we get to the fun stuff?
I'm in sales. I'm a regional sales manager for a major manufacturer of electrical cable, medium voltage.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a fun job.
Yeah, I've been in the industry about probably 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, I run a gas station 41 years, and Pete's retired. He worked for TVA. So we kind of know each other. It's kind of like meeting new neighbors.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Pete?
Yeah. I'm glad to be, believe me, retired. I worked nuclear power for a lot of years.
Wow.
So retirement is the best thing. I highly recommend it to everybody.
You know, my dad said when he retired, he said, "I don't know when I had time to work."
I don't either.
He was so busy.
Honestly, I don't either.
You know, Bob and Michelle, just so you know, and everybody listening and watching, we had I'm not gonna say a crisis, but we got a small staff at the gas station, and one of our guys got sick, and he's out this week, and so we had to really move the schedules around. And Pete was great enough to say he'll come and I do lunch from 11 to 2 every day. So Pete is he's my chef. Mm-hmm. So he did the hot dogs and the barbecue today and did a great job. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you, Bob and Michelle, what are y'all doing tomorrow? Because Pete's playing golf. Could you run up and do some
working?
Could you come up and do maybe at lunchtime and do hot dogs? And
we might be able to do that.
It'd be a fast, a long drive for a real quick turnaround.
Yeah.
But Bob and Michelle, Bob, you are and Michelle, I guess you're on the same team, Big Daddy's Bbq Pit.
Yep.
And that is Bob's YouTube channel, for 15,000 subscribers. And Bob, I've been watching your content all week. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
The video is great. Sound is great. The editing is super. And Michelle, you are the pizza queen.
That's what they call me.
Yeah. Let's see. I put it on our Facebook page. Pete, I've never had. I have had Malcolm Reed on the show. I've had Brad Leininger on this show. I've had Heath Riles on this show. I've had David Bosca on this show. And I never got as many likes and reactions to their post as I did. I'm not kidding, Bob and Michelle, to your post I made on our Facebook page today. You have got a tremendous following.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
That's great. Thank you.
I guess we'll start with the Georgia Barbecue Association.
Mhm.
Let's get into that a little bit, Bob, because I'm not familiar with it.
Okay.
The only thing I know about it is what I've seen on Barbecue Pit Masters.
Right.
Robbie's videos, Stump's videos. Tell us a little bit about how it works and how y'all got involved in it.
Okay, well, we got involved in it through some friends of ours, Russell and Karen Wright from Right on Cue. He knew I was interested a little bit in starting competitive barbecue, and he was doing one of the major contests that year in Griffin, Georgia, the Doc Holiday. It's every year. It's like the first weekend of September. He invited me to come along, and that was in September 2021. It's the first contest I attended, and from there, I was kind of hooked. We started competing ourselves after that the following February, and we probably averaged 6 or 7 contests a year, tops, trying to work it between our work schedules, plus doing the YouTube channel. And this year has been the first year we've really gotten consistent and buckled down and hit every contest and have stuck with it.
Yeah.
But how it works is Georgia Barbecue Association, it's all pork contests. So it's pulled pork or pork, ribs, and loin. And they have a preliminary round. And after the preliminary round, the 3 highest scores move to a final round. And in the final round, the preliminary scores, you're being rejudged against all 9 of the top 3 from the category. So top 3 ribs, top 3 loin, top 3 pork, they get scored against each other, and then the overall, and that's your grand champion.
Wow.
So the grand champion is the highest scoring meat of the day out of those finalists. And then the reserve grand is the highest cumulative point total of the 3 overall.
Is that final judging? Is it an on-site, or is it you turn in boxes again?
So you turn in boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you don't have to do the MBN type of finals.
Correct.
No.
Let me ask you, Michelle. Now, did you share Bob's enthusiasm getting into these contests? Because I know when I got into it, my wife's enthusiasm wasn't quite the same as mine, and I had to bring her around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I think I enjoyed kind of just going and doing and being with all the other people that like to cook and just the experience of it. And it's just a great group of people. And I still think I enjoy that the most because it is a lot of work, and you're put a lot of sweat into it and a lot of time and, money and so, but the people are awesome. And that's kind of what I fell in love with it. And just supporting Bob, and that's his passion. And, and I love to cook myself. So, and we're a great team, we just work really well together. So.
And don't let her kid you. She builds all of our boxes.
I do.
And she does an excellent job at box building. So she's every bit as part of the team as me, running the pit. So
yeah, he won't cook without me. I keep
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
I do all that grunt work, cleaning, all the cleanup afterwards, and
That's the worst.
It's a
Cleaning
lot.
up after the barbecue is the worst.
Oh yes.
When y'all turn in boxes, do y'all have to have a garnish like they do in KCBS?
No, strictly meat, all meat.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And they like full boxes.
Full.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
They want to taste plenty.
Right.
Oh, they want a heavy box. Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
is that box where you put meat in the bottom as your kind of like your
Kind
setting?
of garnish. Yeah.
Yeah. We usually do like some chopped meat on the bottom as a base, and then it just helps to elevate that other meat you're trying to showcase. But of course, it has to taste good too, because
do they judge the garnish? Do they judge that meat too?
Yeah, they can
They
judge
will
whatever's
judge
in the box.
everything in that box. So it all has to be perfect.
Let me ask you something before we get on my favorite subject, pizzas, Michelle. Bob, how do you make a pork tenderloin stand out? Because I mean, it's and then I don't guess y'all don't turn it into tenderloin. I guess pork loin, right?
Pork loin. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. How do you make that stand out? Because number one, it's a very good tasting piece of meat without anything being done to it. I think it's one of the most underrated, cuts of off of a pig.
Mhm.
But what do you do to make that thing stand out and to give it the wow factor? Do you inject? Is it injection? Is it
Yeah.
brining? Is it
I'll,
sauces?
I'll be completely honest with you. This is really the first year. I think we're in the top 10 in loin,
Mhm.
barely. It is by far one of the most difficult things I've cooked to get the tenderness, the texture, the doneness perfect, and to just you're basically injecting it, filling it full of flavor,
Yeah.
and you got to hit your marks on the tenderness and just the overall appearance of it. It for a very plain piece of meat with very little fat running throughout,
Mhm.
intermuscular fat.
Yeah.
It's tough to get a lot of flavor into it. But there is people we cook against every week that are excellent loin cooks.
Oh yeah.
And
So are you putting a glaze on it or anything when you're once
yeah,
you're
you would season it and glaze it, set a glaze on it at the end,
Mhm.
just like if you were setting a glaze on a ribs or something
Yeah.
like that. But you really there's a lot of injection that goes involved. And some people, I guess, some people probably marinate it or whatever as well. So everybody kind of has a little bit different process.
Mhm.
We've taken Robbie Royal's class,
Mhm.
and we kind of follow the same, his same steps in cooking loin.
Yeah, his techniques.
His same techniques, yeah.
Mhm.
But like I said, to get really consistent in it, it's tough.
Mhm.
he's a good one to take some lessons from. I'll
Oh,
tell
yeah.
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
He's made $1 or $2 in his time out there. I think
Made
last year, wasn't it last year?
No, this year.
This year. Yeah,
Oh,
this year.
yeah.
Yeah. The one smoke slam.
Yeah,
Smoke
smoke flame. Yeah.
72,000 large.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good for Robbie. What a great guy too. Can I tell you my Robbie Roll story real
Yeah.
quick?
Yeah.
Do it.
We were in Atlanta. The first pro contest we ever did, my team. It was in Marietta, and we didn't know, I know barbecue from a Big Mac, and we're setting up, and Robbie Roll and Raymond came by, and of course when I saw Robbie, wow, that's Robbie Roll from Barbecue Pit Masters. Wow, this is this is big, and he and Raymond came and stood in our little site. I don't want to call it a campsite, but our little site. And they stayed in there for an hour talking to us,
Mhm.
giving us tips, giving us hints, telling us what to look out for, telling us what to look for, where the turn-ins were, how you get, turn in, try to get there at this time, blah, 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 blah. The first moment I had with him was wonderful. And he's just a fantastic guy.
Mhm.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
he's been on here. I mean,
Oh yeah, I've had one.
yeah.
Yeah, we've had a similar experience just knowing Robbie. We've been to his house. So we know his family really well. We've become really good friends with them. He's actually been on our channel. We've had him on our channel and done some recipes with him
Yeah.
here at our homes. And that was fantastic. Love that. But like you said, great guy. I mean, when we started out in GBA, same thing. He would just give us tips, kind of show us how everything worked, showed us the ropes, really taught us a lot without maybe giving away all the secrets, but really guided us in really, like GBA is really like a family, just a great group of friends. They welcome you with open arms, and they're not afraid to show you what they do and how they do it and why they do it.
Yeah.
and what works, because you still have to cook it.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
little thing, that little onesie twosie
Yes.
things that are very small that people do. I
Yeah.
tell people my mother was a great cook, and I know every recipe, and I cook a lot of stuff, but it's that pinch of this, that pinch,
Yes.
this little onesie twosies that you
Right.
do that makes you different, that brings out the greatness.
Yes, I
On the
agree.
loins, do you turn them in? Do you slice them and turn them in? Is that how it's
Yeah.
in the box?
We,
Mhm.
Michelle and I, we have a meat slicer right on our cooking trailer,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and we usually do a combination of thicker slices and some thinner rolled up.
Yeah, we call
that
them
sort of
rolls. Yeah, some thin
things
rolls,
like that.
almost like a deli meat roll
Yeah.
up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then thicker slices that you would, see maybe on a plate or something, and then the chopped as
That's
well.
interesting.
And we do our best to highlight some of the dark meat. You'll have a little portion of dark meat on that
Yeah.
line, but and if that works out great, if it doesn't, we don't put it in the box. But so it just depends on the cook.
Well, I would love to do a GBA contest because I love pork loin. I think it's fantastic. It tastes good. It's cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
they almost you walk into Publix, they almost give you one. Say
Yeah.
thanks for coming to Publix.
A lot of
Coming to Publix, here's a pork
Yeah.
loin.
it's a
Buy
lot
one,
of-
get one.
Used to be
Logos.
like chicken thighs used to be. They give them to you. So what? Are you in the race? You said y'all were
Mhm.
Yeah, we're
number one in pork. Is it number one?
right now. We're in first place in pork. I think
And that's
we're
in pulled pork, right?
Pulled
yeah,
pork, yep.
yep.
Yeah.
We're in I think 10th place in loin. We're outside the top 10 in ribs.
I think
Over
you thought 12th maybe in ribs. So.
yeah, overall we're I think like in fourth.
Nice.
Fourth overall.
Fourth
Yeah.
overall. And we're behind a couple, three very good teams.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
One of them
Gonna have to step it up a little,
Of course,
Michelle.
rescue smokers, yeah.
I'll bet you two know the guys from Qinator.
Do we know?
That ring a bell?
No.
No, it
Michael and
doesn't.
Alan from Qinator. They're GBA guys.
Really?
Yeah, unless they're with another team
Yeah,
now.
I'm not sure.
Their team name is Qinators. And the reason I bring them up, they kind of mentored myself and my former partner a couple of times at different contests. They were great.
Yeah.
Great guys. And I know they were they did the GBA. They cooked enough to qualify for whatever it is y'all qualify for somewhere over in North Carolina, where it's real cold at a contest in January. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about either.
And maybe
That never stopped me
a
from talking
different-
about it.
Maybe a different sanction.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Well, they went to some big contest in North Carolina, and they had a big time. And
Yeah.
it snowed, and they were cooking in 10-degree weather,
Ooh.
and it sounded like a lot of fun. Yeah. Now, Michelle, let's talk about Jerry
Mhm.
Belcastro and the pizza
Yeah.
contest trail that he is running. Your pizzas are, and you're the Myron Mixon of the pizza.
Oh my gosh! Don't say
You can't
that.
be beat. Or you're the Robbie Royal, I should say.
No,
The Robbie
I'm sure
Royal of the pizza.
I know there's a lot more people out there that could cook pizza way better than me, but it's something I actually, I love pizza. Growing up, my mother had an Italian restaurant and was married to a full-blooded Italian, and
Wow.
so he kind of took us under the wing, my sister and I, and we would be down making pizza dough, every night. He would show us how to do the dough and how to divide it out, and taught us how to make pizza. And and it's just something that always stuck out in my mind, and I loved it. A lot of fun. And Bob and I, we've always made pizza at home. His family always made homemade pizza at home, so he dabbled in it quite a bit himself. And when we met Jerry and Ava Belcastro through GBA, they're like master judges. They're at every competition we're at. They are there, no matter what it is. So they have a huge involvement. And he started this Pizza Cook-Off Association, PCA, in 2022. So and then just try to get interest in it, getting competitions out there. He's been connecting them to a lot of GBA competitions where like Friday night pizza cook-off and then Saturday is your GBA competition. So it's kind of like the day before. And I love it. To me, I love it. It's, pizza's awesome because even when we cook GBA, the last thing we want to eat is barbecue. We've been cooking it for 3 days straight. We don't want to eat it, but we want pizza. We said, let's order pizza. Now a lot of times if I have my pizza equipment, that's what I'm doing. I'm cooking us pizza. But no, I love it. And I've been doing the competitions since the very first one, since day one. And funny story, actually, wasn't it the Fire Ant Festival? Almost one of the first competitions. I was cooking on this little uni fire pellet kind of pizza cooker. It's kind of when the outdoor pizza cookers just started coming out and kind of getting to be known. People were starting to use them. This little uni, and it was so hard to keep that flame going. And one of our maybe first or second competition. But it was very windy and we lost our fire after prelims. So it's very similar to GBA where you have prelims and you have finals. But and I had to forfeit finals because I couldn't get my pizza cooker back up to cook my pizza. And Jerry was like, "Oh man, you could have turned in anything. You would have had it, So, but that was a funny story, and I think that was the only competition I ever had to forfeit. And but so stuff like that. There's always challenges, but I love it. I find it just simple. You don't need a lot of equipment, and you can be so creative with it. Anything you want to make, like sky's the limit. What type of pizza you want to make?
If you don't have problems, I don't care if it's the barbecue world, whatever the food, if you're not dealing with some of that, you're not into it good enough, because you're going to run into things that you got to deal with last minute. And it's
always
crazy.
No matter how much you prepare, something's going to pop up. Right. Yes.
I don't know how your temperament is, but I know mine, that uni would have gone sailing across the pizza campsite.
Time I did a competition with that.
It would have been either for sale or recycled that Monday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no kidding. I wanted to be an uni dealer when during the pandemic, and they said, "Don't call us, we'll call you," because it's they were selling unis quick as they could make them. Those ovens were so popular. What do you cook on now, Michelle?
Now I cook on a Halo. Because I'm all about making things easier, if you can. And the Halo.
Tell us about that Halo.
It's great. It's a 16-inch. It'll do up to a 16-inch. It actually has a self-turning, what do you call it? Stone. Your stone kind of has it turns by itself. You hit a button, it spins. So you don't have to worry about spinning that pie and getting one side burnt, one side not. The top actually opens up. So if you have trouble kind of sliding that pizza in, you can open that top, throw your pizza down. It makes it a lot easier. So there's a lot of, if you're just learning, it takes a lot of the kind of the difficulty out of getting that pizza in the oven.
How long does it take to cook one once you put it in on the stone?
Probably, I want to say, I usually run my cooker maybe around 750. I want to say maybe 5-6 minutes tops. But I like my pizza to be a little more done than maybe other people.
Are you using flour, cornmeal? What?
I don't use any of that. I have a little trick that I do that I actually start my pizza out on a pizza pan. Okay. And then once it's like that bottom where it releases from the pan, then it goes on the stone.
I actually have a friend that has one, and it also spins, and he's using paper under his, believe it or not. He likes it that way. It does his crust great. So I guess everybody's got a way.
Well, you put parchment paper underneath it?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Cornmeal makes it burn, doesn't it?
It does. It has for us.
At that high of a temp, it'll burn. So will flour.
Yeah. I had a Thor. Have you ever heard of a Thor?
No.
Pizza oven.
Mm-mm.
It was an Amazon one. It was an outdoor one. It was a big
Mhm.
big dome one. You build a fire in it, and I had it for a couple of years. Sold it to Jason Penley, matter of fact, and we cooked on it for a couple of years, and I loved cooking on that thing. I loved building that fire and watching that fire, go over the dome.
Right.
And then when I had all the cool peels. I had the regular pizza peel, then the turning peel, and then the shuttle peel to get it out. And I would hold it up to the top.
Yes.
I think I call that what, doming it.
Yep.
And I was into it. I was into those.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, it's
A
fun.
lot of fun.
And I never made my own dough. I used Matt Frampton's,
Mhm.
Okay.
the Urban Pizza.
Urban Slicer. Yeah.
Yeah, Urban Slicer. Yeah, we carry his.
Their products are good.
We carry his products.
We've used their products for dough in a pinch, and it's a very good product.
His seasonings are good as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Does anybody use a Green Mountain grill with a pizza insert at these contests? Have you seen any of those?
I haven't seen that.
I haven't. No, I haven't seen
Mm-mm.
that. We've seen people use Alpha, of course, Unis,
Unis, Alphas,
with
Halos.
Halos,
Mhm.
the Weber kettle.
Mhm.
They have an insert for a Weber kettle.
Yep,
that will-
we
There you go, Steve. There you go.
Kettle.
You're what you're missing on that Weber.
Man, we got that Green Mountain grill, the pizza insert. That thing is
3 minutes.
the Green Mountain grill. It has a pizza insert that's just incredible. And you set it up to cook a pizza on, and we do the Neapolitans. Plenty of room in there. You can dome it. 2 or 3 minute Neapolitan pizza, perfect.
You do got to
It's
spin it. You do got to spin it yourself.
Well, you see, I think Michelle is cheating with the Halo because
Whatever works.
Yep.
Because,
Listen,
you
it's
get to
taking
buy
out
the
the
special.
difficult factors.
You got to buy the special peel, the round peel to turn it.
Oh, I have it. I definitely have that.
Yeah, but you don't use it. you
Sometimes I do.
have it.
I still use it to check the undercarriage.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, you're the winner, so you're winning like crazy. So I would keep it up.
Well, and it's all legal, right?
That's
it's
right.
all
It's
legal.
legal.
That's right. There you go.
Hey,
Do we have any pictures, Steve? We don't have any pictures.
I didn't get any pictures. She has pictures on her Facebook page.
We'll have to check it out because I guarantee you that some of the people, a lot of people on here that haven't said, "Hey, I'm on here watching." They're going to have to go look. That's good. They'll come look at your site.
I have some
We
really
make sure you give that site out really good.
I have that picture. I'd put a picture. That's a good.
older picture
Yeah, we're a
too.
little younger
Yeah,
there.
that's an older
Yeah,
picture.
that's a good picture. That's kind of a cute picture. Hey, you're watching the Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch-Up Show. I'm Steve. That's Pete. With us is Bob and Michelle Harvey, and we've been talking about GBA. We've been talking about pork loin. We've been talking about pizzas, and we're going to talk about the Green Mountain Grill right here. So stay with us. You're watching the Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch-Up Show. Stay with us. Hey, this is Steve Ray at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply here in Ooltewah, Tennessee. The Green Mountain Grill Smoker Grill, the best pellet cooker on the market. Come on over, let me show you. A big hopper. It'll hold 18 to 20 pounds of pellets. Thick gauged metal. It won't rust. It will last you for years and years and years. The shelf, right up in the front. Handy. The Green Mountain Grill pellet smokers. The best grill for your money right here at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah. Hey, this is Steve Ray at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah, and I am really excited about this. Eggs, sausage, bacon, Loco Mocos, for gosh sakes, on the Blackstone griddle. It's the fun part of your back porch. This is the fun station. This is where you all gather around and make great food. And we've got them now here at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah, and all the accessories too. The Blackstone griddle, get yours right here at Owl's Nest. So there you go. Have you got a Blackstone, Bob?
I have it's a Rectex smoke stone.
Yep.
Does it get hot enough, Michelle, to do a pizza on?
You know what? I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried that, but I bet it
good
does.
idea, yeah.
It's a good idea.
You know, the neat thing about a pizza is any apparatus you have that gets hot, you can make a pizza on.
Mhm.
I mean, your grill.
Yeah, I love grilled pizza.
Matt, Urban Slicer's got a dough mix made especially for putting it on a grill. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah,
That's
seen
just-
it. I think you had it at your shop.
Yeah, and it's made for the grill. You kind of build it backwards. It's really neat, and it's a good pizza. How did they on the pizza contest, Michelle? Do they say, okay, everybody on this contest we're turning in Neapolitans, or everybody in this contest we doing deep dish?
No, it's whatever you want to do. You can
Really?
do it just has to be a 12-inch, whether it's round, square. You can do I've done a deep dish. I've turned in a deep dish. I've won with a deep dish, and that I actually baked on the RecTech. So that took a little planning. That takes a while to cook, and never competed with a deep dish before. I just thought, you know what, let me try it. But I had a backup plan in case it didn't work out, but it came out absolutely perfect. And I was super proud of that one. And it was a beautiful pie. But yeah, deep dish, you can do a dessert pizza if you wanted. You can do a Sicilian square, a New York style, whatever your heart desires. Like Sky.
So are they grading you on crust as far as how
absolutely.
the crust is, the flavor,
Yeah.
looks, everything? Just
Yeah, all the above. As
Okay.
far as size, do you have a perfect 12-inch? Is it perfectly round? What does the undercarriage look like? Do you have that leoparding that they look for in a good undercarriage of your pizza? The taste, the texture,
Uniform toppings.
Are the ratios good between sauce to cheese to toppings? And of course, overall flavor.
right.
Did you win your first contest you entered, or were you?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. I've won quite a few, but I haven't won them all, obviously. Usually I'm pretty good at making it into finals. I may not hit first, but I usually do good with it. But I've been on a bit of a winning streak the last maybe four or five.
Are you feeding your coworkers at work anytime? Would you do that?
I have in the past. I've cooked barbecue.
There you go.
Barbecue, brought it in. Yes, I have in the past.
Chris Stanley wants to know: does Michelle do a deep dish pizza? I think
He-
she does.
I think he knows that answer.
Yes, I have a picture of one that I did on my website. I think it's on my website. Pictures of it, how it came out. Looks really good. But yes, I've done deep dish.
Well, Bob, you being the recipient of some great pizzas, I just think it would be great to be sitting at home in the summer and watching a United Football League, one of those summer football games, saying, "Honey, whip me up a pizza. I'm hungry."
Yeah.
Bob, what's your favorite that Michelle makes?
My favorite is probably I'm a square pizza guy. Because that's how my mom really made it when I was a kid, in like a cookie sheet,
Grandma style.
like a grandma style pie, and I actually like it with the sauce on the top.
That's grammar school. Grammar school.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to in school?
Yeah, absolutly. Best pizza I ever put in my mouth.
Yeah, it was always square.
Yeah.
Like that's really my favorite. But any pizza she's made has been phenomenal.
Good answer, Bob.
Now,
Good answer.
It was.
hey, Michelle, how do you make a New York style pizza? I thought they were big. I thought they were, real big round pizzas.
Traditionally, but it's pretty much just a typical traditional pizza. I think what that most people think of when they see pizza. But 12-inch, it's still, kind of like the hand thrown. Thick crust, but thin, thin, but then thick crust and your sauce and cheese, but nothing too fancy. That's kind of, I'm a thin crust girl. I like thin crust, crunchy, and cheese.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's me. Cheese pizza all the way.
Hey, stay with us. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, Bob, I want to talk about your YouTube channel, how you guys started there. If you can hang with us, we'll be right back. You're watching the Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch-Up Show. I'm Steve. That's Pete. And that's Michelle. And that's Bob. We'll be right back. All you backyard cookers, what does your life lack? Choices for your pellet cooker flavor, right? We've got them right here at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. The best selection of pellets in the Chattanooga area. Just in Barbecuer's Delight, apple pellet, contest mix from Barbecuer's Delight, pecan, cherry, oak.
The sky when the weather's fine. You got women, you got
2025 homegrown tomato. This is number 4.
go out and see what you can find. If a daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If a daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Do a turn or a turn of 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. As we please, when the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, last for living, yeah, that's our philosophy. Sing along with us, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da, yeah, we're happy, da-da-da, dee-dee-da-dee-dee-da-da-da. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da, all right. Whoosh, 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 yeah.
You see, Bob, that I played that. That's my claim to fame last month.
On
1,200 views.
Love
I
it.
couldn't.
Hey,
And that's silly.
Potato sandwich. Ooh.
Isn't that silly?
tough.
Big Daddy's Barbecue. No, I'm saying. Am I saying that right, Bob?
Yep, Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit.
Yeah, Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit is Bob's YouTube channel. You ought to go there, subscribe like I did. I don't watch for free. Okay,
Thank
I don't. I subscribe before I watch anything. Nobody rides for free.
You can
Okay?
subscribe. It's
You gotta
all free.
subscribe. And Bob has 15,000 subs already. What made you get into it, Bob? And tell me how it got to be so popular.
Well, it really started during COVID. We were always entertaining. Even when we lived in Pennsylvania, we would always entertain at our house. And we had friends over, Bill and Dorothy, and they kind of kept prodding me because I was always cooking. At the time, I wasn't doing competition barbecue, but I was still always cooking on a various number of different smokers or whatever. And he really kept pushing me, you got to record some of this stuff and put it on YouTube. And I'm like, Finally, I gave in. We did a few videos on a drum that I built, a drum smoker.
Yeah.
And that's really where it started. Bill does all of the editing, all of the filming. You can look back at our first videos and see the progression of I would like definitely on the quality of the videos, the sound, the graphics, and hopefully you see some progression in the quality of the cooking. But I try to keep my channel very open from home cooking to barbecue. Even though the name is Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit, we try to keep it, to something everybody can do.
Yeah.
I said the other day to somebody, it's really everything from, stuffed shells to brisket, different recipes on our channel. So it's stuff that I've gotten from my siblings. I'm the youngest of 8, so I got a lot of resources there. And the name actually, Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit, we had gotten a sign from one of my sisters, and I apologize. I'm not sure which one it was.
It was Dawn.
It was Dawn.
Yep.
And we couldn't think of a name for the channel. And there was a sign we had on our back porch by the pool that said, Big Daddy's Bbq Pit,
Yep.
get you some.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let's just go with that.
Yep,
So that's
we did.
really
Yeah.
how that's how it started. It was from a gift sign, the name on the sign that we
Yeah.
had gotten as a gift to hang up, as a decoration. And we try to put out content once a week.
Mhm.
We launch a new video. We're usually filming at least once, sometimes twice a month.
Mhm.
At the very beginning, we were filming every Sunday, and then we figured out how we could film multiple videos.
Yeah, we got a little smarter.
Yeah, film multiple videos at a time, and have several things going at once.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun because I enjoy cooking anyway.
Yeah.
And it kind of
Yeah.
keeps us busy, and
It
it
does.
keeps us fed all week sometimes,
That's right.
depending on what we're cooking with leftovers.
Well, you do a great job with it, and the videos are stellar.
Well, thank
And,
you. I appreciate
Yeah.
All
that.
I can say is just keep it up. I enjoy it. It's always fun when you find a channel that the person is very sincere, and you can tell that they're not doing it only for the money, that they're doing it to share information
Yes.
and share some thoughts and some inspiration even.
Right.
When you're cooking, because I get so many ideas from different people that I want to try.
Right.
And because I'm not a cook, the one thing about barbecue, that what it did for me before 2014, I wasn't even king of the grill. If my wife said, "Do you want steaks?" I go, "Yeah." She said, "Do you want to cook them?" I go, "No, go ahead." I mean, could you imagine a man telling a woman to cook a steak on the grill? I mean, that's not manly. That's craziness. But that was me.
Right.
And I could care less. But then that one Sunday afternoon, I was watching Barbecue Pit Masters, and I became enthralled with this thing.
Mhm.
And I'm certainly not a good cook now, but I'm better than I was.
Yeah.
And I showed improvement, and that's one thing that for me, I'm proud of, and that I got improvement, and I can not starve and make decent. I can make a decent. I can make a good biscuit, a homemade biscuit,
Nice.
and I use 7-Up. Figure that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, have you seen that one, Michelle?
That sounds good. I haven't seen that. I've heard of 7-Up pound cake, 7-Up bundt cake.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there on
But it's
YouTube.
good though. I can see it would be great.
All right, what for you two? What is the next? What's the next barbecue contest, and what's the next pizza cook-off?
Let's
The
see.
next barbecue contest is in
August.
August 23rd in Sylvester, Georgia. GBA.
Mhm.
We got 4 contests left. We
Yeah.
got the Sylvester contest. We have a contest in Griffin, Georgia. It's the Doc Holiday.
Mhm.
That's a big contest.
That's a big one.
That's a
Beautiful
big
trophies.
Yeah.
Then we have a contest in Canton, Georgia. It's a red, white, and blue and barbecue,
Uh-huh.
I believe it's called. That one's a great contest. And then we have a double points contest at the end of the year I think that one's on right around Halloween weekend.
Mhm.
That one's in Perry,
Perry.
Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 4 left. I think
So all of these are important. Every one of these are important with where
Yeah.
your standings are right now.
Yeah.
Right. And right now, at this point, there's one pizza contest at the Doc
The
Holiday.
Doc Holiday. That's September 5th, I
Yeah.
believe. So I'll be competing in that one.
Now, where is the contest in Canton? Whereabouts in Canton?
I believe it's a VFW. It may be American Legion. It's a vet post there in Canton, and it's to benefit, I believe, the Veterans Association, which is a great event.
Hmm.
They do a lot there in the area for the vets, and
Yeah.
we
Canton.
try to get that one because it's closest to us too.
Yeah.
Canton is very easy to get to from Chattanooga. You just go down to Daresville, turn left, go over. What was that? I think you cross over 411.
Yeah.
and that goes right into Canton, Georgia. You can't miss it.
Yeah, you guys come down and join us.
Yeah, I was going to say if you're interested in watching a barbecue contest, that would be a good one to go to.
It would be, yeah.
And it's close to Chattanooga too. You'll go right past Reinhardt College, which is a beautiful, beautiful little campus there. I'm a fan of Canton. Of course, you know who's from Canton.
Who's from Canton?
Oh, come on. That's like saying, what do they do in Williamsport, Pennsylvania?
Oh,
What's so famous about Williamsport?
no.
Little League Baseball.
Little League
Exactly. Bobby Jones is from
World
Canton.
Series, Little League. Yeah.
Bobby Jones, the great golfer, is from Canton.
Oh, I did not know
Everybody
that.
thinks he's from Atlanta. He's from Canton.
No way.
Mhm.
See, we didn't know that.
So
But
right
yes,
down the road from Chattanooga.
We're looking forward to getting back to it. We've been kind of on a break since I think the last contest was May. We got some great friends, different. We hang out with everyone, but there's always a group. We usually hang out with the guys from Magnum Pig and Scott Smoke Shack.
Yeah.
We kind of always, usually park together and, ham it up a little bit and get
Just
on
have
each
fun.
other's nerves, have fun.
Well, it is fun.
camaraderie.
It is fun. And doing all three categories of pork would be really fun.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
To me, but it's really kind of the only thing I've known. I've cooked. We've done 2 MBN contests. Well, 3. We did one with some friends in Galax last year, Galax, Virginia, and we've cooked the pig jig the last 2 years. Robbie was kind enough to invite us along to cook the pig jig the last 2 years with his team, and it's been a great learning experience.
No doubt.
Did y'all do a whole hog in the big pig jig?
Yeah, the very first year that 2 years ago, he won the grand championship.
Yeah, our first year
There.
cooking with him, he won, and he's
And last year we didn't final, but we got
it was
a call.
close. We got a call. Yeah.
Does is that like Memphis in May where you don't have to cook a whole hog? You can just do like ribs and a shoulder.
Yeah.
You can cook. You can cook all 3, or Memphis in May you can only cook. You got to pick one.
Right.
Right.
But NBN you can cook all 3, or you could just cook
Just
one.
cook one. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's on-site judging if you make finals.
And you could win. You could win with ribs like Heath did at Memphis in May.
Yes.
Interesting. And I think that's interesting. I really do.
It's a good time. If you ever get a chance to get down there to Vienna, Georgia.
Yeah. Check out the big pig jig.
No, that's on the bucket list, folks. I'm telling you. And I'd love to compete in it. I love doing whole hogs. It's one of our favorite things to do is get a bunch of guys together and do a whole hog.
Yeah.
I got a really nice hog cooker.
Carolina
hog cooker. Yeah.
It is nice.
And man, we love it. Listen, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for being with us, Bob and Michelle. Good luck to both of you.
Yes, good luck.
And I hope you get to Chattanooga and Ooltewah before the Canton contest. But the Canton contest is close enough where y'all could kind of maybe slide up before it.
Yeah,
and come visit.
I'll probably be up there before then. Michelle has family up there.
I do.
So
in Ooltewah?
Yeah, well, they're in Chattanooga.
Oh, okay, good deal.
So, and that's when I
want to come to the store and buy something.
Oh, we will.
We will. Yeah.
We need the money.
Starving.
Listen, thanks y'all both. Okay.
Hey, thank you
Yes,
guys
thank
for
you for
having us.
having us.
You bet. And don't forget, check it out. Big Daddy's Barbecue Pit on YouTube. All right, let's see. One more commercial here, Pete, and we're going to come back and we're going to do the food shots. Not many food shots this week, but coming next week, I guarantee there'll be a lot. Stay with us.
I'm the king around here. Don't call me no dirt. I'm the king around here. No good what you said. I'm the king around here. Don't call me no dirt. I'm the king around here. I felt good desire.
You know, Pete, there's just something about charcoal. You know what?
Hey, nothing like the smell, the taste, the flavor, everything about charcoal is amazing. I actually think that's where we're back to, Steve. People are starting to enjoy charcoal again like they used to, and it's a craze.
It's such a good smell. The flavor can't be beat.
By the way, you know what I love about this? Is the handle. You know this one? pulls to the side. And I love that about that.
Yeah, it gets out of the way, and you don't have to reach over the flame.
Right.
The Napoleon kettle, you need to get one. You sure do. Available at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. All right, partner. Let's go to. We don't have many. There weren't a lot of food shots on the old Owl's Nest Barbecue Nation page, but we will get to what we got. I stole this off of Michael Williams' page. Michael, you're one of your expert cooks. Looks like he's getting ready to do a pork butt. He's got some. I think he's got some injection back there from Butcher Barbecue. It looks good, nice color. There he is again. Did some burgers with the grilling addiction. That
Nobody leaves the store without it.
No barbecue toolbox should be without grilling addiction. And one of David's new quick read thermometers. We've got those too. Steve Davidson checking in with some cheeseburgers. Those look good, don't they?
They do.
They look good.
I like the Swiss cheese myself.
This is my favorite. Look at Steve doing bacon on the grill grades on the Ripple side.
Yeah.
Look at that bacon. Look how good that stuff looks.
Yeah.
And there are those burgers on the grill grades before he.
I love those grill grades.
Oh, I do too. I do too. Hey, don't forget that guy right here will be defending his championship this Friday, July the 4th at Coney Island at Nathan's hot dog eating contest since 1916. Your reigning champion, Pat Bertoletti, he will be there defending his title. But this guy right here is back, and he is the world champion, the world record holder, 73 hot dogs, or 70, 70, what did I say?
71 or 73.
70 some hot dogs. Hang on, let me just check it real quick. I want to get it right for y'all. 76 hot dogs.
We were both wrong.
In 10 minutes. And he will be trying to break 80. And that is incredible.
10 minutes. I couldn't do that in 10 days.
80 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Do you think he can do it? Or do you think this guy will be standing in his way and do 81 hot dogs in 10 minutes? But we'll find out. And that is Friday, July the 4th at Coney Island, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Pete, enjoyed it. I'm glad you're back. And we will be back at work. Pete will be back in the kitchen tomorrow. And I'll be back at the station too. And we'll be working like little Turks. And we wish that you will come and visit us and come by, buy something. We'll have pulled pork tomorrow, plus quarter-pound hot dogs, plus the new Owlette. Come by and see what that is all about, the Owlette at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply at the Knothole. That's the kitchen that we cook in. Pete, I'm trying to find I can't find the dadgum ending to the show here. Hang on a minute, I'll find it. There it is right there. We'll see you next Tuesday night right here at 7 on the Owl's Nest Barbecue Pit.